Hey folks, how you doing this morning? Well, it's morning to me anyway. Well, as you can see, I've got a haircut, cleaned up my act. Yes, I have. And I was thinking about, I was going to tell you a little story here about a poor young man that worked on the farm, didn't have any money, poor folks. And he was pretty shy, because he always had hand-me-down clothes and stuff. And a lot of the kids, they kind of made fun of him, and, sometimes they, just really made his life miserable. But, he was persistent. And finally, he was able to get himself a bicycle. God, he loved that bicycle. It was his pride and joy. But as you might see, on his way home from school, he had a horrible wreck. Horrible it was, and the handlebar poked his eye out. Well, needless to say, that was tragic for that young man. And it's like, he was going to school, now the kids really gave him a hell of a time. It's like his dad, who really couldn't afford to buy him a glass eye or anything, but just wanted to make his boy feel better and get some of his self-esteem back, and get him motivated a little bit. And so he carved a wooden eye, carved it so perfect, and him and his friend, they painted it to where you could not hardly even tell. The only way you could really tell was the eye didn't move, of course. Well, that made the boy pretty damn happy, and it was the best Christmas gift he'd had in a couple of years. And, it's like it really helped. It brought his self-esteem up, and, he wasn't quite as shy as he was, and he was in the 9th grade then, and they was having their prom dance was coming up. Well, he was bound and determined that he was going to go to that dance. Well, there was this girl in his class named Becky, and she was kind of heavy set, had pimples, was a farm girl, wore hand-me-down clothes. A lot of the kids made fun of her also. And he thought that, he would ask Becky because she would more than likely not turn him down, and he just couldn't stand it if he got turned down. It would just be kind of crushing. So he went to Becky and said, "Becky, would you go to the school dance with me?" And she kind of smiled, looked down, and she looked at him and said, "Oh, would I?" He said, "Well, fuck you too, bitch." So that's a little story about being self-conscious about things and people not really understanding how sensitive you may be. See, she was just excited to go to the dance. She said, "Oh, would I?" Well, he thought she was talking about his eye, and he said, "Well, fuck you too, bitch." There's a moral in there somewhere. You might have to figure it out for yourself. I've got a couple other little tidbits I might add here, but I'm a little afraid of them censors, you know what I mean? It's like I already got one video whacked up there for using homosexual and black persons, using the slang form, queers, niggers. Boy, that's why it would get me banned right there again. I can't stand another one, folks. So I'm going to think about that for a while, let you think about old Wood Eye. And just think about how he must have felt. Well, that's it for this little clip, folks. See you and thanks.